Go.
Hi, I'm Nancy, and this is Tiny Boy. We're with St. John's Tales, therapy animals involved in literacy skills. Today we're going to read The Hungry Time by Selwyn Dewdney. The Hungry Time is the story of a Mississauga indigenous girl named Morning Sky, who with her family spends the winter camped at the mouth of the Humber River. Cold and hunger threaten their survival. But by facing these hardships together, a very special and powerful bond is created among the members of the family. The Hunger Time. This is a story about a Mississauga indigenous girl named Morning Sky. She lived with her family many years ago at Toronto, which means meeting place. Toronto was at the mouth of what is now the Humber River, and as you recognize, it's the city of Toronto. Chapter 1. It was winter, and our food was almost gone. My father said, "Great beings that bring us food are angry. There are no deer in the bush. There are no fish in the river. Even the wolves are eating one another." The hungry time was here. Grandma said, "I will put more water in the soup. We must find food soon. I helped Father fish. We put a net under the ice, but no fish swam into it. Father said the winter has been long. Soon the bears will be waking up. They will be hungry, and after their long winter sleep, each day my father, my Uncle Red Cloud, and my brother Beaver Tail went hunting. They hoped to find a deer. Each day they came back with nothing. They did not even see a rabbit. It started to snow again. For 3 days it snowed and snowed. Wind shook the wigwam. The great beings were very angry. For 3 days we lay inside. We were weak for hunger. It was hard to find dry wood for the fire. On the 4th day, Father said, "The snow has stopped." The great deer being came to me in a dream. He will help us find food. Father and Uncle Red Cloud painted red hunting marks on their faces. My uncle beat the drum, and Father sang his hunting song. "Now we will be strong hunters," said my father. I said, "I want to be a hunter too." "You are weak from hunger," said Father. "You're a girl," said Uncle Red Cloud. "You will stay with the woman," said Grandma. "That's right, Morning Sky," said Mother. I looked at my brother. He was called Beaver Tail because he was fat. Beaver Tails have lots of fat in them. Now, in the hungry time, he wasn't so fat anymore, but he was still strong. I wished I could go with the men, but now I was thin and weak. I would go hunting another time when I was stronger. The day passed very slowly. My mother was sick and needed food. I worried about the hunters. Would they come back again with nothing? Then I fell asleep. I dreamed of food. I heard snowshoes outside. I woke Grandma up. "The hunters are back." "Did they bring any meat?" Then Uncle Red Cloud came into the wigwam. He threw a deer's leg down beside the fire. Father came in with more meat. We all looked at each other and smiled. Grandma cut off a piece of meat for me. She put more pieces into the pot. I roasted mine on a stick. Even Mother sat up. "Eat slowly," she told me. After many days without food, we couldn't eat too fast, or we would be sick. Soon I felt better. I looked around for my brother. "Where's Beaver Tail?" I asked. Uncle Red Cloud said, "He's gone to get wood for the fire." I tied on my beaver robe and put on my moose skin mitts. I saw a hammerstone near the door. I put it inside my robe. It made me feel safe. "I will help Beaver Tail," I said. Everyone tried to help in the hungry time. Chapter 2. Outside, the snow was deep, and it was very cold. It was easy to follow Beaver Tail's tracks into the bush. Suddenly I stopped. I didn't move. Up ahead I saw a great black thing standing up straight like a man. It was a bear. Quickly I looked around for Beaver Tail. Where was he? Had the bear eaten him? No, there he was, behind a big tree. He was standing very still. What were we going to do? Bears can smell and hear things, but they can't see very well. The bear was close to Beaver Tail, but he didn't see him. He didn't see me either. Not yet. And he couldn't smell us because the wind was blowing our way. there's Beavertail and Morning Sky. Then the bear moved over to a big old stump and began tearing pieces off. He was looking for ants, or maybe he smelled honey. What should I do? Then I saw a tree. I could climb. My footsteps crunched in the snow, but the bear was busy. I got to the tree and climbed up to a strong branch. Beavertail looked back and forth from me to the bear. I held on to the tree and didn't dare breathe. The bear sniffed the air. Then he turned back to the stump. I was still safe. Then I thought of my hammerstone. Maybe I could scare the bear. I took a deep breath and I aimed very carefully. I did not want to miss. I threw as hard as I could. The hammerstone hit the bear right on the nose. The bear snorted in pain, shook his head, and disappeared into the bush. My brother and I didn't move. We waited a long time. We didn't take any chances. But it was very cold in the tree. At last I climbed down. Beavertail ran over to me. "You are a brave hunter, Morning Sky," he said. "A great sky being must have helped me," I answered. I looked at the stump. There were big pieces of wood lying around. "That's good firewood," I said. "Let's hurry. I'm frozen stiff." Beavertail said, "I'm too fat to freeze." We both started laughing. We laughed harder. We laughed until we started to cry. It was not such a funny joke. We were laughing because we were scared. We were laughing because we were glad to be alive. Chapter 3. The fire was nearly out when we brought in the wood. "Where have you been?" asked Grandma. "Morning Sky saved me from a bear," said Beavertail, and he told what had happened. Grandma smiled at us. And here's the family eating the deer around the fire. Mother held a cup under the dripping juice and gave it to me. "Drink it slowly, little one." "Why do you call her little one?" said Beavertail. "She is a mighty hunter who hunts the bear." Uncle Red Cloud shook his head and made a face. "You're lucky to be alive," he said. "It's dangerous to fool with bears." My father put his hand on my shoulder. "You have shown great bravery," he said, "but it would be difficult for you to be a real hunter." "She must stay here with the women," Grandma said. "Maybe we could take you with us sometime," my father said. I looked at Uncle Red Cloud. He said nothing. Then Beavertail said, "Poor bear, he missed a fat meal." Uncle Red Cloud smiled and winked at me, and I knew it would be all right. Nobody talked very much after that. We were all too busy eating. But now and then I saw Beavertail looking at me, and we both smiled. The meat would last for many days. Soon spring would come, and the snow would melt. There would be plenty of fish in the river. There would be lots to eat. The hungry time was over. The end. Bye, everyone, and have a safe and warm day. Bye.